as the sun sets on yet another day, I'm looking at how all these people who spew curses, who say all this evil they're going to do to Israel, how they hate the Bible, how they hate God, and you say, wait a minute, where are they today? Is the Ayatollah, am I right? Is the Ayatollah of Iran in a coma or something? And and I think of Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran, and I say, man, look how, he's no longer talked about. And what's happening is the true and rightful people of the sons and daughters of the promise will arise and shine like the stars in the heavens. Isn't that what it says? And I look at how God's protecting us. A large piece of debris of a missile fell and struck this synagogue. But you know what? Right when you're doing the end of Shabbat and doing a ceremony in the synagogue, and you're ending Shabbat and you're entering into the regular week, people should have been hurt, but you know what? No one was hurt. This Hezbollah rocket that struck, and I was right there at that time, right nearby, and I had gone from that area, and I hear that these missiles had struck, and you know what? No one was hurt. I'm so glad that even Iran's big promise, they call it True Promise, is that right? True Promise 3. And they said, we're going to annihilate Israel. We're going to put so many intercontinental ballistic missiles, and we're going to hurt Israel so badly. But you know what? Now that Trump is the president-elect, they said we're going to call it off. And it doesn't mean that we've won the battle in any way, by any means. But I'm just saying that we know that who will win is the righteous. And you have in Ohio, what is it, Columbus, Ohio? Isn't that the capital of Ohio? You have these Nazis, neo-Nazis walking around, and it's just sad to see a place that's a place to protect from that kind of stuff, that fought for the freedoms that we enjoy. And now to see that kind of stuff happen is really, really sad. And I do hope and pray that the people that are in charge will shut that right down. And that's what we're doing as Israel. We are shutting down some of this. We launched a very daring and complicated, multifaceted airstrike onto Parchin in Iran. And the Telegon 2 facility was totally destroyed. It's a nuclear research facility. It's a weapons program. It's exactly what we don't want to happen. And so satellite images show the devastating damage that was inflicted by Israel in this operation. And I'm saying, man, this is good to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for what's right. Be a good shepherd. And then, you see, once we're defending ourselves, then the righteous people take notice, and also the enemies of Israel take notice. So you have $2.11 billion is what Greece wants to spend to try to copy to have a Iron Dome style missile defense in case Turkey attacks them. And I thought, man, that is good, and that's what Reuters said. You know what? Another source says that Greece aims to spend over $12 billion in 10 years from now. So I say, just keep doing what's right, keep standing up for what's right, and it'll all work out. Iran's leaders, they got to understand we're not going anywhere. And this is what I pray that, and I want to start a prayer chain actually, and a prayer request just for the Crown Prince Reza. Crown Prince Reza, he's really put in a prayer. When he prayed at the Western Wall, and he said, I stand with Israel at the Western Wall. Crowned Prince Reza Pahlavi. I had a big meeting about this with many friends, and I said, we got to pray for this guy. He is the rightful heir to the throne there, and we believe that he is the one that should take the throne. And so, as Iran and these dark, I sometimes call them Sith lords, like it from Star Wars. I know it sounds kind of foolish, but I really think that they are like the dark side, and they're trying to produce a nuclear weapon. Testing it underground is what rumors say. I haven't validated that, but we are not going to be nuked, and God won't let it happen. And what they're to expect is Trump to literally reduce Iran's exports from 1.5 million barrels, reduce it all the way down to 500,000 barrels, and so that'll be a blow to Iran's economy. That'll be a definite a cut of funding to the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, terror activities, and the Badr Force and the Islamic Jihad, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and Izz-al-Din al-Qassam and all these places. So we believe it's a historic opportunity to prepare for a great wave of Aliyah. There's a great wave of Jewish people that are going to come home and are coming home to the Promised Land. And it's almost like in the 1990s, even my father-in-law was really involved in welcoming the Jewish people to come from former Soviet Union, USSR. You remember that covered the map, USSR, back in the day, those of you who are old enough to remember. And that fell, and the Jewish people came home. They were released from those clutches of communism. And what's happening now is we're going to see it again. We're going to see millions of people, at least 1 million is expected in the next few years to come, and we have to prepare the way. Will you help us to build the lighthouse? Will you help us to be able to stand boldly as a shift is happening around the world, a shift. And it's a beautiful shift. We know the storms won't last forever, and I'm seeing victory on the horizon. Honestly, it will not last forever. God's light will shine brighter than the darkness.
We were a people decimated, destroyed, and left for dead. We had left our fate in the hands of others, and no one came until it was too late. We were downtrodden, scattered across the globe, with nothing left of us except for a tiny glimmer of hope. But then, we rose from the ashes. Against all the odds, we turned skeletons into soldiers, poets into pilots, the defenseless into defenders, victims into victors. We made it to the promised land. But the threats to our very existence just kept coming. Our greatest bodies built tools for survival, and our greatest minds split atoms. We taught ourselves to see through the darkness that once kept us blind. We created the technologies of the future to defend our land, our sea, our air, and our skies, but not without enormous sacrifice. We became a nation of strong men and strong women, but never lost the humanity that wasn't afforded to us. To those who stand with us, we salute you. To those who stand against us and still seek to push us into the sea, we warn you. Never again will our freedom be taken away from us. Never again will we be left without a home. Never again will we leave our fate in hands of others. Never again will our sons and daughters die on their knees. This is why we do what we do. We know we need to evolve faster than the threats that have never stopped coming. Every day, we renew our commitment to never forget and to say, united in one strong Israeli voice, never again.